Hi, thank you very much for watching my videos and thank you very much for those comments. They are really encouraging. I have written a book called The Secret Bridge of Tarot and Astrology, and I'm going to discuss the card Chariot from that. Chariot in Hebrew means fence. This card is placed on the number 7 in the sequence of the major arcana. The sequence begins from 0 to 22, and this is on the 7th number. Jet means fence. So, how does fence relate to the word chariot in the tarot? Fence is what we draw to protect ourselves from the unwanted. The fence could be external and the fence could be internal. The external fences are very obvious. They are doors, they are guards, they are fences. The internal is the psychological barrier that sometimes we raise unknowingly, subconsciously, to defend ourselves. Symbolically, this card shows that there is a young charioteer who drives fence swings out of the walled city. Now, if you look carefully, you will find that the city that he leaves behind has a castle, a big castle, and he is riding on a chariot which is driven by two sphinx. He rises out of his cube. This is a solid stone cube, and half of his body is visible. He's wearing an armor. His head is covered by a canopy. This is a starry canopy. The stars are visible. He wears two plates on his shoulders. These plates are moon crescent and they used to be worn by ancient Israeli priests. The plates indicate joy and sorrow. The cube indicates a solid understanding or the strength that the chariot has. The chariot here symbolizes someone who has broken the fence or risen above any kind of a barrier to go out to reach and succeed in the world. That is why one of the meanings of this card is victory. This traveler, this young man, and this chariot could symbolize so many things. One of the symbols of this is the sphinx that are black and white. The white sphinx is the day, the black is night. Again, the duality that persists in the tarot cards, which is visible in many forms, as the keys, as the gates, as the doors. And it's often that we have to walk in between this duality, choose between the right and wrong, the evil and the divine, the day and night, the good and bad. So again, he also has to master and find a way through this. The sphinxes are a known symbol. Of course, you can see, if you have seen the pyramid in Giza, a huge, massive sphinx guards it. The sphinx has a body of a lion and a head of a human. In Hindu mythology and in religion, we also have the similar gods, like we have Lord Ganesha with the head of an elephant and body of a human. We have Lord Hanuman with the head of a monkey and the body of a human being. These are also known as Vedamurti. The idea is that a human is just not complete by itself. If you combine the animal world and human world, we have more energy and we have more strength. In fact, if you look, you will be surprised to see that animals actually have better instincts and more skills than we have. We humans have captured the world and we rule them, but if we have to look at their skill, they have better set of skills than us. So this is a good symbol to unify both the worlds. The Another interesting symbol in this card is the only Hindu symbol, and that is the Lingam Yoni, which stands for Lord Shiva and Parvati, the creation, the female and the male energy. So, if you look at the card in total, you will find that this card speaks of mastering your senses, controlling your body, controlling your senses to succeed. He is also very similar to the Arjun in Bhagavad Gita, whom Lord Krishna says, to win, to succeed, you have to control your senses, because he was getting carried away. He was getting emotional. So the young charioteer here controls his senses, controls his mind, uses his mind to control the body, that is the chariot. A combination of all energies, combination of all the senses to succeed. Some of the meanings of this card are will, victory, success, journey, and much more. It indicates kind of people who are into the driving business, like aero mechanics, pilots, professional drivers, vehicles. Negatively speaking, it can also mean the problems that arise through these things. Sometimes a card is never enough, and the right prediction should always be made by minimum 3 cards. So to see what influences it, the card next to it will tell whether the person is able to succeed in what he wants or not. In my book, I have combined the astrology with tarot. So here, the chariot stands for the 4th house in the natal chart or the time chart. And the 4th house indicates mother, the land that you're born, your feelings, your emotions, and your house, the kind of house you live. The sign that falls in the 4th house is Cancer. And Cancer is a lot about homes. Cancerians are very, very emotional, very sensitive people, and they love to build a home. In fact, if you want to marry somebody who has a good home, look for a Cancerian, because if you have ever noticed, you will find that crab is one of the few animals who roam around with their own home. He leaves his home only, his shell, only when the space is less. He'll either go and steal another one or go and keep on the lookout for another shell, which probably has been vacated by the previous owner who, like him, ran short of space. What it means that Cancerians are emotional. They like to hide their feelings. So when you are dealing with a Cancerian, remember, he's a good house builder, he's a sensitive and emotional person. And this card as well is a lot about feelings and emotions. So this was some of the meanings of the card. To read further, you can buy my book. Please visit my website and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.